Hi, welcome to Kid Coders. This is a program where kids learn how to use coding with different applications and different programming applications. So today we'll be using a different program here, which is called code.org, and I'm going to show that on you on my screen here. So this is the application that we'll be using today for our program. It's called code.org. So you can go to this link here on the URL. It's called studio.code.org/floppy/1. So this is the thing that we'll be using today to do some coding thing. And I'm going to send this to in the chat box so that people can see and they can just follow me here. Yeah, so this is the code right here. And I think we have some, we don't have anyone, but then we're just going to start with the coding thing here. And this link is on the chat box if you want to see. And if you can click on, it's a URL, so you can just click on the URL, and this will just start working for you. You can go to this page. So this is an application where we are learning how to make games by ourselves. And the game we'll be using today, Floppy. It's the name of the game. And then we have a character, Floppy, whose name is also Floppy. And then we can write different code on our workspace here. And then we can see how we can change different thing in the way how Floppy works. So if you guys are on this link, let's start with some introduction of this application that we'll be using today. So on the left-hand side, it says code. So this is the name of the website, the application that we'll be using today. It's called code.org. And before I start, I would like to tell you that we have so many resources on code.org other than Floppy games. So if you want to practice more things, they have more games, they have more drag and drop coding practices. They also have some artificial intelligence practices and some other things. So if you want to go and check out other things they have, you can go to the website, which is code.org, and you can see what other things you are interested in. You can try playing with them and learning them things too. And about the game today that we are learning is called Floppy Code. So here it says name of the game. It says Floppy Code, and here are different puzzle levels. So it starts from 1, as you see, it's 1, 2, 3, and it goes till number 10. So we have different number. We have 10 different level of puzzles here, which we're going to learn today, and trying to see how many of them we can accomplish. So, and after 10 it says finish. So it's when you are done with all of those 10 levels. So, and here it says sign in. So this is a place in case if you want to go and you want to sign in and make an account, and you can make an account and you can just log in by yourself, and then you can save your progress. So if you want to save your progress, and if you want to go back to what you were doing, you can log in with your account. You can create a new account, and it will work for you. And then the other thing is a question mark. So it will tell you if you want to find something on the website, and if you have specific questions, you can click on the question mark and you can see what questions or what are the frequently asked questions, and you can learn about those questions too, question and answers too. And then on the left and at the bottom here it says instructions. So this will be an instruction set when we'll be coding our game, and we'll be learning how to code games. So here we will see all the instructions, and then we can follow up instructions as we talk about different coding and different things. So so this will be instruction set when you will be coding by yourself, and if you're doing something wrong, the instruction will send you a message here that this is the thing that you're doing wrong and how you can change it by doing it right. And then below instruction set, we have three things here. We have blocks, we have workspace, and we have start over. So let's start from blocks. So blocks is a place where we will have all the blocks. And as I said, this is drag and drop coding. So you have to drag the blocks from here and you have to match it with the blocks in the workspace. And when you drag it from left to right, this will make a sound like this. And then you can also, when you have a block here, you can also take that block back and you can delete this. And you won't be able to take the green color blocks because these are the blocks which have the control. So it says these are the executions block. So it says when click. So when click means whenever you will click on your touchpad. If you are using a laptop, you should click on your touchpad. And if you are using your mouse, then you have to click on the left side of your mouse. If you're using a desktop and you're connected to a wireless mouse or maybe a USB cable mouse, so you have to click left side of your mouse in order to click it. So this is about blocks. So as you see, we have different blocks. It says play wing sound here. So we will see, all the boxes, all the blocks here in the blocks column. So these will be all the blocks which we can use for writing our code. And then as we will go further, we can see that we can change those block codes too. We can make different combinations of block codes too. And on the workspace, we have one block, which is when click. So this is, as I said, this is an execution block. So this is a block where we will execute the actions below when a click event occurs. So it's whenever you take, the block over, like hover your mouse or, over the block, it will give you the definition or introduction or what is the thing that you're going to execute with that specific block. For example, when I'm taking it on when click, so it's telling me that, this is something which will execute the action below when a click event occurs. So whenever you click, so what is going to occur? And flap is something, it will fly flappy. So you just have to go through and, place your mouse here for a second, and then you will see the instruction will appear. So you have to just wait for a few seconds to instruction to be appear on your screen. And this will give you the introduction or the summary of the thing that you're going to do with that block. So this will say fly flappy upward. So whenever you will use this, so your flappy will fly upward. And then this is about making a sound when when you will play the chosen sound. So this will play a sound when it will click. So yeah, this is about workspace, and this will I will show you in a minute that how you are going to connect all these blocks and how are you going to make a command with these blocks. And on the extreme right side, we have an option which is called start over. So start over is if I see that if I've done a coding for a few blocks, and if I don't like it for some reason, and if I want to try something different thing, I will click on start over. So start over is literally a reset button. So if I want to reset, and if I want to just try writing code again, and if I don't like my code, I just click on start over. Well, it will give you a message like this, that this will reset the puzzle to its start state and delete all the blocks you have added or change. So as I said, it will ask you, it will delete all the blocks that you have added or you have made a code from the blocks. So if you want to do this, click on start over, or if you click cancel. We haven't done anything yet, so it doesn't matter if you click cancel or if you click start over, it will be the same thing. See, because we do not have any code written here. I can show you how it works. If I have this code here and if I want to click start over, I see the message again and I click on start over. So these blocks will be gone in the blocks column. So this is about, always remember the green is the block which execute the action. So what are you going to do from your side? So it says when click. So when are you going to click? This is the execution of the action that we're doing. And when we will click, if we have a code says when click flap, so when we will click, it will the flappy will flap. So, and in a minute we are going to see how this executes in a run window, that how game works. So I have when, click, flap. So on the left hand side here, I have something called run, and I have a smaller window here. So this is a place where we can see how our code is working and what exactly, what the code we have written, how it's executing and how it works on the left hand side. And obviously, as I said, we can make changes to it, and we can see what are the things that we can do with this. Okay. So let's do a test run for the puzzle one and see how it works. So I have a code in my workspace, and always remember that these blocks, they are going to, they are going to make this sound, and they will adjust with each other, which means that they're going to work, and they always will be in the solid color. I'll show you going ahead that there will be some, not solid colors like grayed out blocks, so those will not work as a code. But this is solid colors, so this will work for us. So in order to see how it works, I'm going to click on run and see how it works. So I click on run, and then it says get ready. I'm going to click here again. And now you will see when you are clicking from your mouse, or when you are clicking on your touchpad, if you're using a laptop, your flappy is flying upward. And that is a command that is the code that we used on our workspace. So it's working for us. So we just wrote a code by ourselves, which is when we click, the flappy will flap. Now it says, so as I told you earlier in the start of the lesson that, if there is something wrong, our instruction set will give you an instruction. So we have an instructions here look like, and it says your code look good. It will flap with each click, but you need to click as many times to flap to the target. So I have a target here on the top, like a bullseye. So I have to take my flappy. I have to flap so many times that I can reach to the target. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna reset from here. I'm gonna try it again, but before that, I'm going to choose another block here. It says when you play, make a sound. So it says wing sound, and whenever you see a drop down icon here, you can go and you can choose. So you will see there are many options here. So I can choose different sounds. So let's try crash. So this is going to say this sound for you, like how does it sound when you are using it for the first time. And then when you are done writing the code, the same thing we have to do. We have to click on reset, and then also click on run and ready. And every time I click now, it's going to make this sound. And as the instruction set told me that I have to go on the top, and whenever I hit my target, and it's going to tell me that congratulations, you have completed puzzle one. So this is the end of our puzzle, and you can also give a feedback here at the bottom if you want. And then, so this is the basic of using code.org in Flappy game. This is how we are going to write codes with the help of drag and drop coding. And then also we can change different instruction set, and then we can run it in the left hand side window, and then we just want to make sure that we hit the target all the time, and then we are able to cover this. And now we can go, if we will click on continue, we can go to the level number 2. So we have 10 puzzles, as I told you, and then we can keep going from 1 to as we want. So let's start and see if we can do the puzzle number 2. So in the puzzle number 2, as you see, we have different blocks here. We have more blocks, and this is what we wrote last time, when click, flap, and then I can choose this one to write a code. When click, go flap, and make a crunch sound again. And then it says when hit the ground, I want to say end game. So I just want to make sure when I'm playing this game, I don't have to hit the ground, because if I hit the ground, my game will be over, because I'm designing a game by myself. So let's test this. Let's run here and then click this. See, I'm making different sound when I'm clicking, and flapping is flapping upward, and then If I touch the ground, this will just the game will get over, because that's the code we have just written, that when we hit the ground, end the game. So now you can just try by yourself, and then you can see if it works for you. And then we have different puzzle here, and we can write different combination of code, as I said. And then also, if you have any problem here, and if you do not understand anything, and if you want me to repeat it, just chat, just send me I see there's a person sending us, so just write me a message on your chat box. If you see if it's not working for you, you will see a little chat box, chat window like this, so you can write me a message, and then I'll explain this again to you if you need any help, or if it doesn't work for you. Okay, so let's try puzzle number 3 here. So puzzle number 3 says, we have a different code here, new code, which says when run, and then we also have when click flap, and then I'm going to choose this again, and it says flap and make different sounds. So I'm going to choose different sound this time, and then I'm also going to do when run, set a speed to slow. Always remember, when there's a drop down here like this, you can choose from all the values which you have in the drop down. And for example, if I choose here, there are so many things I can choose it. And then in the similar way, wherever you see a drop down, just choose it, and then it will change the value for you. And then if I see there is so these, all the blocks, they fit in each other. They also are solid color, so that's how I know that they're going to work. And then you can also you can also change it. If I want to change it, let's say when click, set speed slow, when run, flap. Let's see if it works for me. So when I'm clicking, it's changing my speed, and when it's running, and then you can also change sound from here. Looks like this is not going to work because we have our target on the top. So yeah, so it says, so it will give you an error in the instructions. So this is going to tell you the when run block allow you to run code when your game starts. Try setting the level speed and flapping to the target. Yeah, so we have to go to our target, which is up in the sky. So we want to say when we click, it flap. And when it runs, then it changes the speed. So I'm going to say it fast. Okay, always remember that you will see a target here, maybe on the ground, maybe after as we will forward in this game, we will see there will be instructions, there will be so many things. So always try to write your code in the way that you have to reach your target. Okay, so I changed my code because I have to go up to my target, which is in the sky. So I'm going to click on run. Now it's working for me. And if it is running, its speed is fast. Okay, so I'm going to go hit my target, which is in the sky. Just finished that. So just finished, completed puzzle 3. Just cleared my that's my target. So now I'm on level 4. Okay, so we have one more person here attending us. Okay, so if you guys have any, I think you guys joined late, but if you have any question, you can send me a message on the chat box, and let me send you the link, the URL for the thing that we're using today. It's called Flappy Game. So you can just click on the link and you can go here, and then you can start writing code from number 1, flapping code. And then we are on level number 4, but I can give you some information from the 4, and it's pretty much similar to how you use in number 1. Yeah, so there are blocks here. It's called block column, and there are workspace here. on the left hand side, on the right hand side, where we will be making our codes. So on the number 4, we have a run code here, which says set speed to normal. I'm going to change it to very slow. And then I have another code, which is when click. And then I'm going to, it's saying that, it will flap when I'm going to click. So for the newcomers, I would like to tell you that we have to click uh, either from your touchpad, or if you're using a laptop, and if you're using a desktop, and if you're connected to a USB or a wireless mouse, you have to connect left. Sorry about that. You have to click left from left click from your mouse. So we're going to write code about this thing, and then for the puzzle number 4, and then I'm going to choose when click, flap, and play a sound. So I'm going to choose a crunch sound this time, and then I'm saying when run, set speed very slow, and then I'm going to choose when hit an obstacle, end game. So this is how you write a code. You just write a block. You use blocks from the block column here, and then you drag them to the right and you join the block codes. So you match them. You want to make sure they match with each other, and they make this sound, like a click sound they make, which let us know that this will work good for us. It's a right code. And then whenever you are done with writing the code, you click on run, and then you see how does it work for you. So now I have a code which says when click flap. So flappy is going to fly upward. And in the starting of this lesson, we just saw that if we take and hover our mouse and hold it for a second or for 2 seconds, then it's give you exactly what the command, what that block is going to do. So if I have my mouse on flap now, so it's telling me fly flappy upward. So this is the command that I'm going to use with this block. So after you are done writing with the code, click on run, and this is a run window on the left hand side, which is going to show you how this works for you. So click on run and click again here. So I'm going to read my code again before I start, which says when click flap, make play crunch sound. So it's going to flap upward, as it says, fly flappy upward, and it's going to play a crunch sound. And when it says run, so when it is on the ground, it's going to run with a very slow speed, and when it's going to hit an obstacle, it will finish the game. So this is the code set for instruction code we have right now. So I'm going to click on get ready to see how it works for me. So I am clicking on my touchpad because I'm using my laptop. So I'm just moving here, and there's a target here I can see. So I just crossed obstacle 1. So yeah, on the instruction set, it says keep coding, something is not quite right yet. So why it's giving me an instruction? Because I just missed my target here. Do you see this black thing, like a bullseye at the bottom? So this is the place where I want to take my flappy to in order to finish the game. So whatever level you are on and whatever puzzle you are on, you just want to make sure you have to go to this bullseye in order to finish your game. So I'm not done with this. I'm going to click reset and then get ready again. And I'm flapping. And if I go on the ground, then I can see that my flappy is running, but it's running very slow speed. I can change it if I want from the drop down. And this time I'm going to take it to my target, and then it's going to send me a message that you have completed puzzle 4. So this is how you can change your code. You can write your code and you can run it on the left hand side window to make sure it works for you. And then you can also make different combination of codes. So you can make different alignment of codes to say how it works for you. So I'm going to click on continue, and then I'm on level 5 now. And then see if it works for me, how it works for me. If you have any questions, you can ask me while we play this. or you can also unmute and you can talk to me if you want, or either you can just write your message on the chat box and I'm going to answer that for you. Okay, so we are on number 5 now. We are on puzzle number 5. And let's see what's the puzzle number 5 have for us. So puzzle number 5 have a different new code this time, and it says when pass obstacle. And you will see if you are in the block, you will see there are new blocks here. There's another block which I haven't seen before. It says score a point. I'm sorry. And when you will hover your mouse, it will show you that this says add 1 to the current player score. So you're going to take this and click it here. So it will say when pass obstacle, score a point, when run, and we use the normal we can use normal and we can change it. I'm going to change it to fast. And then it says when click flap, and then I'm also going to choose play a sound when it flaps. So I'm going to choose a different sound this time. I'm going to choose jet. So I don't like this much, so I'm going to choose splash. Yeah, so this is better. So I have a code written here in the workspace which says when run, set speed fast, when pass obstacle, score a point, when click, flap, and then play splash sound when it flaps. So I'm going to click on run and click here. So yeah, I just completed this because I just passed an obstacle. But then I'm going to show you one more time to see how it works. And then you will see on the top that it will count your score. It will start from a 0, and whenever you pass an obstacle, this will go to 1, and you can just score how many as you want. Okay, so, and I'm going to change a little bit, and I'm going to say when run, then end the game. Let's see if it works for me. Okay, reset. Oh no, so yeah, I'm just saying run and end the game. I'm clicking on run, it's ending the game for me. So let's say where I click here, score a point and end the game. So just score 1 point and end the game. Okay, so let's try this. Game over. See, I just scored 1 point, it's 1 here, and this game ended for me. Okay, so let's see if I delete this and how does it change. See, I didn't score the point. I'm just going, below them. I'm not scoring point, and I'm just kept going, and the score is 0. So I have to actually go up like this. So I have to go and clear past the obstacle like this in order to score the point, and then you will get a message that you have completed puzzle 5, which is that you have, cleared an obstacle, you have crossed an obstacle, and this level is up for you. So now if I want to go, I can click on continue, and I can see that I am on 6 now. I'm on the level number 6, puzzle number 6, and then puzzle number 6 has pretty much same here, but then I have a different block, which is pretty similar what we had, but then it's different because it comes with a drop down here. So we always had flap, when click flap, but then it has an option with a drop down here which says when click flap a flap or drop down amount. So I can click on drop down, as we all know, and then I can choose it from all the things here. So I can choose a small, I can choose normal, I can choose large, and I can choose very large, whatever I want. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on large. So I'm gonna say that when I'm going to click my mouse or my touchpad, I'm gonna flap large. So I'm gonna click on run and see how it works for me. So this is large. And I just cleared 1 point here because I just passed an obstacle. See, there's a code which is pass an obstacle, score a point, and I'm done. Okay, let's see, and then if I can make change it to this code. So I just click run. See, I have a point now. I changed the code. If you will see, I have changed the code. I wrote my code as when run, set speed normal, and then score a point. So as soon as I ran it, it just scored 1 point. It's 1 here. And I said when pass obstacle, end the game. So I just passed this first obstacle and I finished, my game was finished because this is my code. So I can, go ahead and change the code however I want, and I can also play with them, and I can also see, and if I want to, try multiple things, if I want to say, if I want to try different combination of codes, I can go ahead and I can change them and I can see how those work for me too. Okay, so yeah, this is the code number 6, and it's asking me to reset now because I should do it again. So let's see. Yeah, so Joe, I just crossed the obstacle and it says you have completed the puzzle. So I am done with the 6 and I'm on the 7 now. Let me know if you have any, if you are doing good or if you are facing any difficulty, just send me a message. And also send me a message if you want to tell me what level of puzzle are you in, or if you're just following me along, and if you are just doing, if you are also on the puzzle number 7. Okay, so what's the puzzle number 7 here is we have when run, and then it says set speed normal. This is what we use already. When hit the ground, end game. So yeah, so in this puzzle level, I don't want to hit the ground. Otherwise, I will just end the game and my game will be over. When hit an obstacle, also end the game. So I don't want to do that either. When click, flap a normal amount. And then I can also add a sound if I want. And the other thing that I would like to tell you, I can choose different, I can use one block multiple times. So I can say when hit the ground, then also make wind sound. And let's remove the end game from here. So when hit an obstacle, just make a sound. Do not end the game. But when hit the ground, then end the game. So as you see, I can change different things here and there, and I can make different combination of this. And all of them, they're solid, they're going to work for them, and all of them, they're fit with each other. So all of my code is good that I can see just by looking at it. So now I'm going to try, I'm going to click on run, and I'm going to click here. I don't want to hit the ground. I just want to keep going and see how far I can go and how many points I can score. Do you see if I am hitting an obstacle, it's making a sound. It's making a bounce sound. And you will also see that your code, your code will be flashing. Your code will be flashing when they are on the specific code. So that means they are using the code. Now we have an instruction here. It says, no, not quite. You have to use a block. You aren't using that. And then we can see in the block column here that we have a block here which we haven't used. It says set scene. So this is going to change the look at the background. Like at the background, it will set a different set for you. So, and as you see, there's a drop down, so I can choose it from here. So I'm going to choose city light. So I just said, oh, let's do random, and this will be fun. This will be more fun. So I am writing my code, which is when hit an obstacle, make a sound, play bounce sound, and set a scene random. So it's going to change scene from here. It can choose all of this. So see, I have so many options here. Let's see, and then let's see how fun is this. So see, did you see that my background just changing? I'm hitting the obstacle and my background, you see, this became sky now. And then it's became like cloudy sky. Now it's like buildings. So you can just, and I just completed 7 by this. But I want to do a replay and I want to show, it was more fun because it was changing the background at the bottom. at the back, I'm sorry, and then it's just, and I chose random here, so you can see every time I hit an obstacle, it was different, different scene. So let's try it one more time. Yeah, so it's building now, and it's building in the day, all light here. Yeah, so yeah, this was fun. So yeah, let me know what do you think about this, and also try to change different code settings, and see if you can play with all of them, or if you can try all of them, and if you want to just play with one of them you like. Okay, so I'm gonna click on continue, and then I'm gonna see if I can start my code 8 now, puzzle 8, I'm sorry. So on the puzzle 8, I have a new code which says set player to. So this is a code about changing your Flappy. So I'm gonna click here, and I'm gonna choose it to random. This looks like fun to me, because every time I'm going to click, it's going to make flap a normal amount, and it will change my character. So Flappy will not be Flappy, after I flap. So sounds like a riddle. So Flappy will not be a Flappy every time I flap. Yes. So it will change it to a random player, and all the things I have here. And I don't want to say that when hit an obstacle, end the game. I just want to say hit the obstacle, choose a different background like we did last time, because that was fun. So it will get more interesting, as you will keep going toward this. So now I have my code written here. I'm gonna click on run and click here to start. Did you see? Every time I am flapping, isn't it interesting? Every time I'm flapping, see, it's a rabbit now, it's a Flappy again, it's a fish now, it's a plane, it's a it's fish again, it's like a bird now, it's a parrot. So more things you have to change here. You can see this will working for you, and then also you can just keep going, and then you can change this different settings I have, and then I have and hit the ground, finish the game. So I just hit the ground and I finished the game. So I just completed the puzzle number 8. So that was fun, choosing random for sure, because if you choose random, and then you can see different things happening in the background, and especially with the sound, and also with the Flappy character. Okay, so now I have the same code in the workspace, but I also have a new one here, which is set score. So I'm gonna say when hit an obstacle, set score to 5. So I'm gonna give myself more score when I just hit an obstacle, and then I'm gonna choose set player to random, as I did last time, because that was fun. I wanna see more changes as it happens, and I'm gonna use previously as I have set scene CD to random too. Okay, so, and I haven't used this one. You wanna make sure you use all of them. So I'm just gonna say score a point when when pass obstacles, score a point too. Oh, I already have a score point, I'm sorry. So I can delete this. And then I can choose sound here. Whenever I flap, it will make a sound. Okay, click on run and see how it works for you. See, every time I'm flapping, it's changing character. And every time I'm hitting an obstacle, it's changing the background for me. And if I hit the obstacle, it will just score the point for me. And now I'm crossing the obstacle, I'm scoring points. See, it's 5, 6, 7, 8, and it was 5 again because I hit the obstacle. Isn't it fun, guys? So yeah, so I just finished. My game was over, but then it gave me an instruction which is not quite, you have to use a block you are not using yet. Yes. So let me see which one is it I'm not using. Set speed normal, I'm using this one. Set scene, I'm using city day. Set player, I'm using random. Set score, let me see if there's more blocks here. It doesn't seem like it has more. So let's try one more time and see if it works for us. And then guys, we have 4 more minutes left for this session. It was still 5:45. And then I'm going to disconnect in 4 minutes. And in the meanwhile, if you have any questions, and if you want to, talk to me, as I said, you can unmute and you can tell me if you want to ask me something. And then for the next week, for the Kid Coder sessions, we'll be using a new game. So we used it as a monthly theme, but after we have moved to digital platform here, we'll be using new things different week. So this is even better. So next week I'm going to find a new application for you, which we can use which we can use together through Zoom, and we're going to play on that too. Okay, so I'm gonna reset and I'm gonna see how it worked for me, because I think I have all the code, but I'm sure it's just telling me that I haven't used. Oh, when hit the ground end game. Okay. When run, spread speed normal. When hit an obstacle, set score. When pass obstacle, score a point. Set player when click. Set player random. Okay. Let's see if I can. So when you get a message like this, so this is telling you that you are not using all the instructions that you have here. So let me see. When run, set speed normal. When hit the ground end game. When hit an obstacle, set score 5. Let's see if I can use all of this time. So yeah, I just go define, and then I choose 5, and then have I used the yeah, so I use this one too. Play wing sound, set speed normal. Okay, still saying that okay, maybe you have finished this, and I'm going to think which one I'm not still using yet, or I think, yeah, I just have here set score. Okay, so I'm going to go and figure this out, which one I'm not still using, and you guys can keep playing with this, and you can also email us on our email address, which is hello@dospace.org, to give us feedback, and to also, if you want to ask any question and want to tell us how it worked for you. Okay, thank you so much for joining us, guys. Have a good night. Take care.